Despite the limited increase to investment in flood defences, funding from DEFRA will still be around £1.4 billion behind what the Environment Agency says it needs between 2015 and 2021 just to stop the flood risk getting even worse. So as well as reversing the cuts to the Environment Agency budget and investing properly in flood defences, it's clear we must also factor in climate change projections on the future cost of extreme weather. And because the current approach ignores this, the Committee on Climate Change warned recently that spending plans would result in around 250,000 more households becoming exposed to significant risk of flooding by 2035. Then there's also the cost-benefit ratio rule, and many honourable members have already raised this. Right now, projects have to deliver an 8-to-1 return on investment. So why is that the case for this, when, for the sake of comparison, HS2, for example, must only deliver a 2-to-1 return?
Let's talk first of all about this railway HS2, Caroline Lucas. Now, lots of people might think you're the Green Party leader. You're all in favour of projects like this, but you're not, are you?
Well, we're certainly in favour of investment in public transport. I think the big question about HS2 is how many people benefit from it, what's the environmental impact of it, and indeed what's the impact when you look at it from a progressive point of view. Is it, you know, your ordinary people who are able to benefit from this, or is it basically business people who will just have a whizzier way to get to work? I want to see 32 billion spent on things like a real local transport infrastructure, affordable housing, actually quite a few other things one might spend 32 billion on right now. That's not to say we're against all high-speed rail forever, but the arguments, first of all, from the economic point of view, don't stack up. Secondly, the argument that this is going to mean that we're going to divert people away from aviation. If that were true, I'd be delighted, but the evidence suggests that actually what happens is that the slots that are freed up in the airports simply then get used to do other journeys. It doesn't reduce net aviation, which is what we need to do for climate purposes. So I fear that this is a bit of a white elephant. It's going to be hugely environmentally damaging, and there's a much better use of 32 billion.